I have made dog bandanas for my puppies in the past, and I'm going to teach you how to make one today. The first thing you want to decide is, do you have a big dog or a little dog? And if you have a big dog, I would suggest doing a square that's about 24 inches, 24 inches by 24 inches. Make a square. And then if you have a little dog, I would suggest to do a 19 to 20 inch square for the doggies. So every side will be the same, obviously. I'm going to use this material, and I have not ironed it, so do not come at me. But to make things easier on myself, I'm going to fold this in half to the dimensions that I want. I'm going to do it back here on my favorite cutting board. I'm going to do it like, I have a medium dog and a small dog, so I'm going to do like 20 inches, I think. Then it'll work for both of them. So I'm folding it in half so I don't have to cut as much. So once you get the desired size, cut that out, and then you want to get your length. Then I would suggest using a rotary cutter, and a clear ruler is very handy in this situation so you can see everything you're cutting. So you're going to have your square, and you're going to fold it in half so that it looks like this. That is the shape we're going to be going for. And since we're going to need to sew this, you can sew it with the machine or you can hand sew it. This is something you can do pretty easily at home with a needle and thread. We're going to do good side spacing, corner to corner, make sure everything matches up. And then we're going to take it to our machine and sew it, but there's a couple things you need to consider before you start sewing. You need to pick a corner to start on, and if you want to, you can pin this down with a couple clips or some pins. You want to leave a gap somewhere in here, so that you can flip the material back right sides out so that you can have the pretty side show. And then you'll have clean edges when you flip it. Something to consider too is you need to think about a seam allowance, and I'm going to suggest you do about a 1/2 inch. When you do a 1/2 inch, it'll be really easy once you sew your material wrong sides showing. When you flip it, you're going to have this like fold already started for you, and I will explain that after I go and sew it real quick. I've got to re-thread my machine, and I did have a bobbin that already had the color I want for the bobbin, so I'm going to kind of reload it real quick and then we're going to sew it up. But think about the thread color you're going to use if you're going to hand sew. It doesn't really matter on the inside, it only matters on the outside, and that will make more sense here in a sec. I never get it first try. How the heck did I do that? Wow. Okay, so I decided to just pin this up real quick. I clipped it in, and we're gonna just sew across this raw edge, and we're gonna already be almost done with this project. This is the quick part. Always do a back stitch. My machine automatically does it, but always do a back stitch when you start sewing. I left a little bit of spacing in my clips on the opposite side of this bandana, and I'm just gonna skip over that so that I can flip my material. When you get to the point of the bandana, you're gonna wanna stop, and then you're gonna wanna lift your presser foot, and then all you have to do is turn the fabric, and then put your presser foot right back down, and you're good to go again. I'm coming up on my gap, so I'm just going to go a little bit further. I'm gonna back stitch and then cut my threads. My machine will do that for me. And then just skip to your next clip roughly and continue. Okay, I'm at the end. I'm gonna do a couple back stitches and cut my threads. Okay, so now that we've got that all sewn, we've got a little gap here, we're gonna flip. Just gonna put your hand in here and flip the bandana. And you're gonna want something pointy. You could use like a pencil, like a pump pencil or a screwdriver, you name it, to push these points out. I actually have this special tool that has little like metal balls or whatever on the end of it, and you can just take something like that and just put that inside there and push the corners out as best as you can. Okay. So the next part would be to iron this. So my iron is ready to go now. Let's test it. Fog you guys out? Okay, so go ahead and iron and push your material out in between because it's gonna look a little folded. So if you go in and push those out, the seam will look better. There's literally no reason why you need to buy a bandana because you can make one pretty quick. One thing you want to make sure when you're putting everything in place is that material that you left open will fold really, really nicely inside here. It should look like you couldn't even see it. So now, once you've kind of got it ironed really good, we're gonna go back to our sewing machine. I'm gonna do it one more time. And I actually suggest doing it on both sides, like do it one way, flip it, and then do it the other way. It's gonna make that fabric look super duper sharp. Okay, so now all you have to do is do a stitch all the way around the outside of the bandana, and then it's done. That's literally it. When you go on the edge of the bandana, I would do about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and take your time so you get good straight stitches and just a straight line in general, and that will literally be it. Sometimes it's fun to do like an accent color for the stitches, but in this case I'm just going to do white. I'm gonna move my needle over just a little bit so that I can follow the edge of this foot and follow it all the way around so everything stays super straight. Just go to town. Don't watch the needle, watch your edge and watch these lines. Watch the foot more than the needle. That will keep your line straight as well. You want to make sure that you catch that material that just got folded and not sewn. When you get to the corner, lift your foot. I'm going to stitch one more actually. There we go. Now lift your foot. Put it back down and you're good to go. Match up with your beginning when you started sewing and cut. And there you have it. You got a perfectly made bandana, and all you have to do is tie it from the corners, and it's gonna be perfect. Your dog is gonna love it. Your dog is gonna look so stinking cute. In the event that it's a little long, you can always just kind of fold it down a little bit and then put it around their neck. But look, it's so cute, and it's perfectly customized for your baby doggy. Also, if you have a really nice sewing machine that maybe embroiders, I would say put their name on it. I think that would be so stinking cute. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.